Hello and welcome here to Talk SCB and welcome back to another video on the channel. And it is very safe to say the last few hours and the last few days or so, it's been a very difficult time for Barça fans, for Argentina fans, and also now the Spanish national team fans as well. In the last few hours, Lionel Messi has once again fallen at the final hurdle, losing to Chile on penalties last night to lose his third Copa America final. And also Spain are eliminated from the Euros after losing to Italy by 2-0. So very disappointing scenes on the international front. A lot of our players have been affected by these scenes, and we're going to be taking a look more into the fact that Lionel Messi has retired from Argentina. He will no longer be playing for the Argentinian national team as we understand it. He has no wishes to reverse this decision, and he will now be heading to Barcelona for the new season. When he gets there, he'll be staying there, and he will not be playing any more matches for Argentina. And we're going to be having a look at the implications from that. We're going to be having a look at the reasons why he's done this, and exactly who's to blame for Lionel Messi now leaving Argentina at the age of 29, quite a tender age to leave your national team, and why it's come about so abruptly. Now, let's just start with the game last night. Lionel Messi going into it was really trying. He wanted it more than anything to finally win a tournament with Argentina. But it has to be noted that going into this game, even before it, Argentina, the board at Argentina, the association, had some difficulties with Lionel Messi. There was a game earlier on in the tournament against Panama. After the game, Lionel Messi came out and he did criticise the Argentinian association, and he did say some things about them, of which there has been difficulties not only now but over the last few years in general. They've become distant, they've become somewhat troubled, and this is not something that's been sort of a split-second decision. This is not something that Lionel Messi has jumped into. He would have put a great deal of consideration and thought into this decision. Whether he would still have retired had Argentina won last night, we will never know. But what we do know is the fact that he is gone now. He will no longer play games for Argentina, and for me, they only have themselves to blame. Last night, once again, Lionel Messi got to the final, a final and a tournament of which Lionel Messi was outstanding. He was brilliant throughout the entire tournament, from the semi-final, to the quarter-final, to the group stage. Every single game that he played in during that tournament, he excelled, and he showed exactly why he's the best player on the planet right now. And he also, in that time, became Argentina's leading goal scorer. He is now their record-breaking goal scorer. He overtook Batistuta's record. He has 55 goals for the national team, and it's just very interesting to me that this player still is not appreciated by the Argentina fans, and for me that is the overlying reason as to why Lionel Messi does not want to continue with this national team. Now, it's worth noting that during the game, Messi was not at his best, but neither were any of his teammates, in particular Gonzalo Higuain, missing an absolutely gilt-edged chance once again in a final. He did the same at the World Cup, he did the same at the last Copa America last season, and he did exactly the same last night. He was in on goal, a one-on-one chance, and he missed the target completely. And it's also worth noting that during the penalty shootout, of which Messi did miss his penalty, there's a few things to be noted from that. Number one, Lionel Messi took the first penalty. He was brave, he stepped up, he led the team, he put himself forward. He didn't wait until to be the fifth penalty taker. If he'd have waited to be the fifth penalty taker, he may never have even taken a penalty. He wouldn't have put himself in that position to take a penalty if he'd have gone last. Instead, he put himself out there, he went first, and he missed. It was a poor penalty from him. He will have no complaints about that. But it's also worth noting that he was not the only one who missed. Lucas Biglia also missed his penalty, which ultimately saw Argentina lose the game and see Chile crowned Copa America champions for the second successive year. But it's more than that. It's not the fact that Argentina have lost a final. It's the fact that Lionel Messi once again has taken them to a final. He's got there, he's done well during the tournament, but once again he will now face criticism, and not only criticism but abuse. That is what he has suffered every single time that he has not delivered for Argentina, and every single time that possibly his teammates have failed him. You could not say that Higuain has done him proud. You could not say that Higuain has done his country proud. Kun Aguero hasn't performed. Di Maria hasn't performed. And it's quite simple that it's not only about Messi here. You cannot simply use him as a scapegoat every single time. If you do that, you lose him, which is exactly what has happened. Messi is no longer going to be a scapegoat for this team. Messi is no longer going to put himself forward to be slated and criticised no matter what happens. This is a player that has made the 4th most appearances in Argentina national team history. 113 games he's played for Argentina. He's scored 55 goals, which, as I mentioned earlier, is now his greatest goal scorer in Argentina's history, and he's got 35 assists. So he's been involved in 90 goals in just 113 games. Outstanding numbers, outstanding numbers. In terms of his honours with the national team, he won the FIFA World Youth Championship in 2005, scoring in every single knockout round. He won the Olympic gold medal in 2008, which shouldn't be overlooked. He won a gold medal for his country at the Olympic Games. He was then the runner-up in the World Cup in 2014, and then he was the runner-up in the Copa América in 2007, 2015 and 2016 as well. So it's quite safe to say he has been unlucky. He's lost in 4 finals for Argentina. It's just not happened for him. In some of the games, you could say fair enough, Messi didn't quite perform, it didn't quite work out for him on the night, but at the same time, there has to be an element of luck. They've lost twice on penalty kicks to Chile in the Copa América final. Something has to give, and it just didn't work out last night for Lionel Messi, just like it didn't work out last year, and just like they lost to that late goal against Germany in the World Cup, and Higuain had chances to win the game in every single one of those games. So this is not about Messi, this is not about one player ruining their chances. Anyone from the outside would think that Lionel Messi was the sole reason Argentina haven't won anything in the last few years, which is simply not the case. He's given everything to this team. And then there's the people who say that Lionel Messi now is giving up, is quitting on this national team. You watched Lionel Messi after the final whistle last night, somebody who was crying on the pitch in front of millions of people. That is not a man that's given up. That is not a man that doesn't care. That is not a man that is a quitter. He's given everything to this national team. He's competed in 3 successive finals and lost every single one of them. There's only so much somebody can take emotionally, physically. He's drained, he's hurt. He wants to deliver for Argentina. That's all he's wanted to do, but enough is enough. If he's trying, he's giving everything, and still they don't appreciate his efforts, why should he bother? And even more so when the fact that he is so idolised and so adored in Barcelona. Why would you go away from that to a country that doesn't appreciate you, to a country that doesn't give you the credit you deserve? Why would you keep putting yourself through that year on year, knowing that if you don't go into a tournament and win it, you're going to be abused? When Argentina went out in the Copa América in the tournament, Lionel Messi was subjected to chants from Argentina fans. He was subjected to whistles and boos. As he got off the bus, they would chant to him that he's not Diego Maradona. They would chant to him that if they paid him in euros, maybe he'd perform better. Ever since he was a boy, ever since he was a guy coming up in the Argentinian national team, he's been compared to Maradona, and he's never done enough in their eyes. In their eyes, he's not Argentinian enough. In their eyes, he should be playing in Argentina right now, which is ridiculous. The Argentina fans should be ashamed of themselves. They haven't given this guy what he deserves. Lionel Messi is arguably the greatest player to have ever played the game, and they have forced him. They have forced him into the decision of retiring early. At 29 years old, there is no way that a player should be retiring from the national team, but they've made him do that. They've subjected him to the fact that he doesn't even want to do it anymore. This guy isn't a quitter. This is a guy that is simply standing up for himself and is not taking any more of this from those fans, and I am absolutely with him 110%. From a selfish point of view, it's great for us. It is absolutely fantastic news for Barcelona and Barcelona fans. Lionel Messi now is retired from international duty. Of course, there's a chance that he could go back on that decision, but I personally don't see Messi doing that. He's firm in his word. He's set in his mind. He doesn't want to change his mind. And I think this is great for us because the long journeys to Argentina, and not only the Argentina, but when you go away to international friendlies, World Cup qualifiers, when you're travelling halfway around the world, in between difficult games, the Clásico always seems to fall just after an international break, and we always worry about the sort of condition that Argentina will be coming back in. Whenever Messi goes away on international duty, we're always worried whether he'll come back in good condition, what sort of pitches he's been played on, how many minutes he's played for, how much rest he's going to get. We saw at one stage that he was rested against Real Sociedad, of course, when he got back late from a flight from Argentina. That caused all sorts of problems. We saw a number of occasions where he's coming back nursing a knock that he's picked up in Argentina. All of that stops. And also the fact that he's going to be playing less games, less minutes. There's going to be less demand on his legs. And the older he gets, the more valuable these rest times will be. He'll be able to get himself ready, get himself fit, get himself rested, and also take himself away from the emotional pain and the emotional pressure and stress that comes with playing for the Argentina national team. So I think overall, Lionel Messi retiring from Argentinian national duty is a good thing. I think it's good for himself. He stood up for himself. He's no longer taking this from Argentina fans. He's given everything that he possibly can over a long career with Argentina. He's become their top goal scorer ever. He's given them some fantastic moments. He's taken them to 4 finals. He's lost every single one of them very, very narrowly. He's given everything. He's tried his best. He's tried and tried and tried until he can't try anymore. And I think in time, they'll appreciate him. In time, they'll understand. Maybe now, when you've seen the sort of backlash of this, Mascherano's gone and retired. Aguero has hinted at retirement. There's a number of players now that are considering their national team futures simply because of what Lionel Messi said. They're wondering whether they should get out now as well. And that's what I mean. Lionel Messi, it's not just about him. This is about the team. This is about a team failing and a team failing together. That's how it works. If you're in a team game, if you're in a team, fail as a team, play as a team, win as a team. And Lionel Messi's left this now. He hasn't been appreciated by the fans. He's been used as a scapegoat. He's been singled out, and now Argentina will pay the price. They will be very, very lucky to reach a final in the next 5 to 10 years. They really, really will. Lionel Messi's gotten to the 4 of them. They haven't won any of them. So let's see how they do without him. If he's doing so badly for them, let's see how he does without them. And that's simple as that. Go on, Argentina. Try your best. Do your worst. It's over to you now. Let's see what you can produce with their arguably the greatest player to have ever played for you and played in world football. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. As you can probably tell, I feel quite strongly about this. I don't really understand the fact that Lionel Messi is now a failure. He's reached finals, he's got there, he's done it, he's scored goals, and I think he's got nothing left to prove. I think people will constantly criticise him, will constantly make comparisons, but what's done is done. He's gone now, and he can concentrate on Barcelona, where we adore him, where we appreciate him, and where no doubt he will be successful in the coming seasons and many years to come. Leave your thoughts below. I will see you very, very soon. But until next time, as always, Vesca! El Barça.